week 2, the end of week 2. How are y'all doing? Great. Good to hear. Like, I am so excited to hear about your life. Oh wait, we're here to talk about me? Oh my god. Like, you know, we don't need to talk about me, but you know, it's fine. Like, totally, I guess if you insist, I'll talk about me, it's fine. Who am I kidding? I love talking about myself. So yeah, like I said, it's the end of week 2. It's Friday. So what happened this week? Well, I got to meet all the kids and I've been with them like every day and it's amazing. I love it so much. It's being confirmed to me that I want to be a teacher and that's what I'm gonna do. And I love it. This week I've been with the kids every day. And obviously I'm in more of the observation phase right now because I still don't know what I'm doing. It's really cool because the school I'm in puts aside the first 3 days for just relationship building and like procedures and stuff like that. So there's been tons of opportunity for me to interact with the kids and get to know them and be more of an active role in the class versus I'm sure when we do more of the actual content teaching, I'll be a little more on the sidelines until I start getting more involved with the lessons. So this has been a really fun week because of that. I'm totally flowing when I'm interacting with the kids most of the time, and it's just been really cool. There are a few things I'm learning about myself this week. The first of which is that I think I like 3rd grade a lot. I used to be saying that I'd like to teach anywhere from 1st to 3rd grade, but the younger the better, which still might be the case. Who knows? I'm not in a 1st or 2nd grade classroom, but I love these 3rd graders. Like, I didn't know how much I liked the place that they are in their life. Who knows how I'll feel about this at the end. I mean, I'll only be there through the end of January, but maybe they'll change so much over the year that I won't like 3rd grade anymore. But I really like how they are super sweet still and still like want to talk to you and like want to just share a bunch of random stuff with you, but are also a little bit more independent and a little bit more mature in like what they're saying to you. So it is obviously, they're still kids, so they're telling you stuff that's just, yep, that is so cool that your bag has fuzzy things on it. That is so cool. Yeah, that still happens, but they're also like able to kind of have more mature conversations. I don't know, obviously they're not like high schoolers, but I'm noticing that, which I really like. Yeah, so who knows, maybe I'll really like 3rd grade a little bit more than I thought I would at least. So this whole week I've just been really trying to figure out my kids and get to know them through experience. So I mentioned in my last video about how I know my uniqueness and I'm trying to figure out other people's uniqueness. And so I'm also trying to do that with the kids, because if I can figure out who they are and what motivates them, then that will make interactions with them so much easier and so much more profitable and so much more motivating for them, and will benefit them because I'll be interacting with them in a way that they want to be interacted with. So I have a few ideas for a few of the kids so far, but for the most part it's still in this vague, like, trying to figure them out stage. But that also makes me really excited for when I do have my own classroom and I can kind of like use the information I have in a more intentional way. So this is totally like growing my skills and figuring out people's intangible drivers, which is really cool. Trying to utilize different techniques of interactions to try to figure people out, which I didn't do as much in all my previous jobs. Like, I definitely worked at trying to figure out who people were through experience, but I feel like 24 kids in a room right away every day for like 8 hours has been so helpful in like growing these skills, because I feel like doing this for however many months out of the year that teaching is, I'm gonna like grow so much in my ability to be able to figure people out, which is really cool. But this has also brought about some hard parts of the week. So one thing that has happened, which makes sense, is, you know, you bond more with certain kids. You like certain kids more than others. Obviously, you love them all and you treat them all well and with respect and with energy and like with compassion, because that's what I do. And I do actually like them all. Like, they're all really cool. but obviously there's certain ones more than others that you either share with you more or they connect with you more, and it's like, yeah, totally, I already have a huge heart for some of these kids. And there's one in particular who I'm trying to figure him out, what he is and what motivates him, and so I'm just trying different stuff, and he's really, really hard on himself, and it breaks my heart because he seems like a really cool kid, but he's really hard on himself, and I was trying to try different ways of motivating him to try to figure out what his uniqueness might be. And he got really overwhelmed a little bit later after I was talking to him, and he kind of started crying, and like it was just like really hard to watch, and like I felt a lot of pain watching that, because one, I was already really caring about him a lot, and two, I didn't know if what I was doing was the thing that overwhelmed him, because if it wasn't his uniqueness, then it totally could have like hit him the wrong way. And three, not knowing what to do about it, because I didn't know what was wrong. So that really sucked. And then earlier in the day, I helped him out a bunch with this one activity that we did, and it was like super awesome. And I got him to pull out a bunch of ideas out of his head that he wasn't getting out before, and it was like super creative, and it was super awesome, and he was like having a good time. And so then to see like, you know, a couple hours later, he's like breaking down and like freaking out about something that he's doing, and it broke my heart, and not knowing what's going to help him in the future, because I am sure that this will happen again, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Obviously, if this were to happen with any of the kids, like I would totally feel their pain as well, but it was like the kid that I've been connecting with the most since the first day of school that happens, and it just like, it hurts. But yeah, so after that, it was just like really hard to get my thought process back up, because I was just like feeling the pain, and like I didn't have a way to like get it out in the moment. So I think obviously this will happen. I don't think this is the last and only time this will ever happen. So I think it's a good thing that it happened, so I can start to learn how to deal with it and be able to figure out my process for when that happens, because I will feel kids' pain when things like this happen. And I need to learn what my process is for that, and how to respond in a way for the kids' benefit, but also in a way that's going to help me keep my thought process in a good spot, so that all the other kids can still be synced up to a good thought process and don't go off track as well. Because I definitely felt it the rest of the day. I felt off, and like I needed to just get it out somehow, and I just wanted to cry. But I'm figuring them out. I'm trying to do it better. I feel like there have still been times where I'm around all that complaining, and that's still really hard. But I feel like over the past couple of days, I've really rehearsed what I want to say when that happens. So I feel kind of ready for that. It's just hard being around it. So I'm totally flowing with the kids most of the time. And then the one thing that's been really hard to deal with is just negativity and what feels like complaining just to complain and not to actually serve a good purpose. Exhorter me has also put myself in the future of when I'm leaving, and I'm already really sad about it. So I need to learn how to stay in the moment, do what I can now, learn the things I needed to learn now, and not be living in the future when I have to say goodbye, because then I will not be an effective teacher. That's been week 2. I'm not gonna like go into all these like little details about every little thing that happens, because that's kind of boring. So this is the story of me and my journey, and so this is what you get. But yeah, that's what I got for you. So I will see you maybe next week. Who knows? We will see. Goodbye.